Yeehaw! Howdy! It's Jonas Lamis here, and joining me today is Gayathri Radhakrishnan. But rather than me having to say that 73 times on our video today, we'll call you G.
Sounds good.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
When I first met G, she said, "My name's Gayathri, but you can call me G." That's right. And so I'm trying to convince her now that that should be the name of her blog, but we're still trying to figure that one out. So anyway, welcome G.
Thank you.
So G is the newest member of the Tech Ranch Partnership, right? You've joined us just recently as a partner in Tech Ranch, and you are starting to work with our portfolio companies and working on developing materials, thought leadership materials around the ranch.
That's right.
So why don't you tell everybody about yourself?
Sure. Well, I was born in India.
India, yeah.
And I did my undergrad there, just like every other Indian in engineering. I have my bachelor's in electrical engineering. I came to the US for my master's. I have a master's in EE from Ohio State University. Yes, I'm a Buckeye.
Go Boilers.
And
hook 'em horns for that matter.
Right after my master's, I started working for Corning in their fiber optic division in a technical marketing role. And I think that sort of opened my views to the business side of things, from moving me more from a engineer to a business person. After working at Corning, I moved down to Austin for different reasons. Came here, started working for a startup in town actually, and was with them for a couple of years, again in a marketing role, more hardcore marketing, not technical marketing, product management type role. So after a couple of years there, we had the opportunity to move to Europe. So I decided to take up the opportunity. We moved there, lived in Munich. I did my MBA at INSEAD in Paris, near Paris. And right after my MBA, I joined Early Bird Venture Capital in Germany, which is a top-tier VC firm in Germany and one of the top-notch firms in whole of Western Europe. And their focus was basically investing across Western Europe. I got the opportunity because I had the chance to intern at 3i, another venture capital private equity firm, which is based out of London, but I interned at the Munich office. But unfortunately, 3i is sort of now moved more into private equity than VC.
Familiar story.
Yeah, and again, there's something attracting me back to Austin, I guess. So I seem to be drawn back to Austin every time there's an economic downturn.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's a great time to be back in town.
Exactly, and this is a good time to be connected to entrepreneurs too, because I think that's when the fervor is at its highest.
Right.
So I'm back here again in Austin. Just moved back early this year.
Right.
And I met you at Funding Forum in May.
Right. That's right.
And I think the rest is history.
Awesome. So when you were playing the role of venture capitalist in Germany, tell us about Early Bird and what kind of portfolio you had and what kind of investments you were focused on and so forth.
Yeah. Early Bird, they closed most recently a fund last year. There was about 150 million euros. Okay. So it's a pretty decent sized fund for an early stage. Investing in early stage companies. They invest mostly in Series A, but also sometimes in seed stage funding. They invest across the board in technology and life sciences. But in the life sciences, it's more technology oriented, but not really the medical stuff, where it has to go through clinical trials and so on.
Right.
I was more on the technology side, so I have done deals from Web 2.0, semiconductor, clean tech. So I've looked at all the deal flow in the technology side.
Right.
I was also a board observer for one of the portfolio companies at Early Bird. It was Smoodoo's. I don't know if you've heard of Webkins, which is a toy.
Oh, sure, Webkins. Very popular at my house.
Kids. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the concept is very similar.
Okay.
So I was a board observer for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I've helped out other older portfolio companies as well as needed, if there was anything that I could do. Considering, as you can see from my background, I've sort of lived in India, US, and Europe, and so I still do have contacts across the globe. And so if there's anything that I could do in that matter.
So now you're hanging out here at Tech Ranch.
Absolutely.
What are the kind of the characteristics of the kinds of companies that you would like to engage with, and what kind of value do you want to bring to startups here in Austin?
I think my fundamental background has been in telecom, just because my education and having worked in telecom companies before. But I think having been with a VC firm, I've had the opportunity to sort of look at a much broader spectrum in the technology space.
Yep.
And so I'd be interested in looking at companies in the internet, web space. Telecom is fine. I've done a few semiconductor, but I think the time is not right now for semiconductor companies.
For sure.
So, but right now I'm also very curious about the clean tech. Again, when I say clean tech, I don't want to be too general and say everything under the umbrella of clean tech, because it is pretty broad. You can claim anything and everything as clean tech these days. But more in the energy space and water space. That's where I think I'm more interested to it.
All right. Well, for all you emerging entrepreneurs and startups out there that have a venture that's focusing on a telecom solution, mobility platforms, and clean tech, we've got a partner here at Tech Ranch who wants to talk to you. So bring your ideas.
Absolutely.
And we'll see how we can help you accelerate your venture.
Thank you.
Great. All right, everybody. Tune in real soon for another adventure around Tech Ranch.